Hello teachers, in the training program of online training for the Solar School Innovative Teachers, organized by Korea Education and Research Information Service. My name is Hyunbin Im, teacher in Seoul Technical High School. I am teaching ICT, mechanics, and machine operation in the school. I have involved in the KERIS Solar School project since KERIS inaugurated this program 2013. I take charge of Module 2 in this training program, and I hope this online training program to give an insight to your designing of ICT online class. Before entering into the training program, I think it would be valuable to briefly touch the educational responses to COVID-19 in Korea in this worldwide COVID-19 pandemic. I will explain the educational responses of COVID-19 in Korea with 2 points of view. The first is government responses system, and the next is the responses in school. The COVID-19 outbreak has prompted a wide range of responses from government around the world. Korea is one of the few countries which effectively controlled the spread of COVID-19. Korea's effective responding to the outbreak of COVID-19 resulted from adopting a whole-of-government approach under the leadership of Central Disaster and Safety Countermeasures Headquarters to prevent and contain the pandemic with the principle of openness, transparency, and democratic process. As part of such government approach, the Ministry of Education published the guideline on COVID-19 control and prevention in order to exercise intensified social distancing both in and out of schools. MOE's guideline on COVID-19 control and prevention applies to school differently based on the stages. The responses to COVID-19 has 3 stages in Korea. Stage 1 is the least serious, and Stage 3 is the most serious, and Stage 2 is in between Stage 1 and 3. At Stage 1, 2/3 of students attend school, which means that, for example, Grade 2 and Grade 3 attend school, and Grade 1 stays home and take online classes in case of high school. Stage 2 allows only 1 grader come to school and the other 2 graders stay home. At Stage 3, when the infection of COVID-19 is most serious, no students are allowed to attend school and all classes are online only. At Stage 1 and 2, both online and offline classes are provided, while at 3, all classes are online. In Korea, we had Stage 3 for 3 months, from March to May, when COVID-19 was rapidly spread in Korea. From June until now, Stage 1 and Stage 2 are mixed according to the status of COVID-19. Like other countries, we may have several options for the types of online classes. All the online classes can be categorized with either one-way class or two-way class. Two-way class can be called to real-time interactive class. It allows immediate exchange of feedback, including real-time communication and discussion by using video conferencing. Examples of video conferencing platforms are, as you may know, Google Hangout, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Cisco WebEx, etc. One-way class can be divided into content-oriented class and task-oriented class. In content-oriented class, you can give only lecture with a video recorded presentation, or you can give lecture and allow students to leave a comment or to ask a question by SNS or text messages. Task-oriented class. Teachers give tasks for self-directed learning and monitor students' progress based on the achievement standards of each subject. Teacher can choose the most adequate type of online classes depending on their school settings to offer either real-time interactive class or 1A classes. If you deliver your lesson through online class, you may recognize that platform is very important because we need a stable and safe online platform for smooth delivery of our lesson. At the very beginning of school closed due to the COVID-19, Korea government prepared two major public platforms for online class and increased the capacity of the servers. They are EBS online class and Keris e-learning class, and they cover 2/3 of online platform in Korea. Some schools use private online platforms such as Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, and some domestic platform. Now let me talk about responses in school to COVID-19. The first is attendance check. In case of real-time interaction class, attendance check is done by real-time like offline class. Whereas in one-way class, whether it is a content-oriented class or task-oriented class, we allow students to fulfill the online class within 1 week in order to avoid any technical problem for students. The table in the slide shows what kind of mobile or internet communication are used to check student attendance in online class. As student motivation and attention to the online class is significantly lower than offline class, some students omit the online class or not to pay attention to the contents or task, which is provided by one-way class. Therefore, it is a big problem in Korea that the quality of education is too low in online class. In this regard, government pushes teachers to offer much more real-time interactive class in order to increase interaction between students and teachers. Social distancing is the key measure for school to prevent the infection of COVID-19. The most important rule is to wear a face mask whenever you are in school, whether you are in class, in restroom, or in gym. You need to keep at least 1 meter in a queue or any waiting line. During lunchtime, students have to keep his or her next seat empty, and they should keep sitting one way in school cafeteria. Students are not allowed to talk during lunch. Pictures shows a classroom lineup and school lunch in school cafeteria amid COVID-19 pandemic in Korea's high school. In order to detect COVID-19 suspicious cases, everyone has to pass through triple steps of a body temperature check in offline class. Body temperature check starts from school entrance. Then you need to pass in front of a thermal imaging camera. Finally, your homeroom teacher will check before you enter the classroom. When you find a suspicious case with a high body temperature or any other symptoms, we bring him or her to the school nurse immediately. School nurse identify the student whether the symptom is related with COVID-19 or not. If the symptom look like COVID-19, the school nurse make an emergency call. In Korea, it is 119, or COVID-19 center. This is 1339. Then an ambulance comes to school and take the student to COVID-19 screening clinics. School quarantine focuses on prevention of infection and segregation of confirmed cases. If a student or a teacher is identified to be a confirmed case of COVID-19, all the people who shared the same space with the case or had a direct contact have to get the inspection with a sample collection at the COVID-19 screening clinic. Even though you are identified as a negative, you need self-isolation for 2 weeks if you have direct contact with the patient. In order to prevent infection in school, school sanitizes all classrooms and facilities every day. Students and the teachers have to download a mobile app named Self-Quarantine app in their cell phone. You need to check by yourself through the app before you attend school every morning. This is a brief explanation about the educational responses to COVID-19 in Korea. Now here is the assignment of today. Write down an example of educational responses to COVID-19 in your school at Google Classroom of Keris. Thank you for your attention, and let's get over COVID-19 all together. Thank you.